And welcome back to the Zolteus Gaming Channel. I am your host, Zolteus, back with another episode of Empire of Sin. We've gone over several bosses. Time to go over a few more. Let's take a look. Let's see who we've gone over. So we did Stephanie St. Clair last. I got a request to take a look at Angelo Genna. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at Angelo Genna. So first thing off, he also gets additional guard, but for breweries. And speakeasy upgrades cost 5% less. So this is going to be your moneymaker as far as protection for any kind of brewery, which is what makes your beer available to all of your rackets. And your speakeasy upgrades are going to cost 5% less, which, it's going to make it a lot easier to maintain your speakeasies, maybe not necessarily prevent raids, but prep for raids, anything like that. So the Genna crime family is going to revolve around beer. So if that's the route you want to take, this is definitely a good starting in that kind of racket management. But just understand, when we're talking about breweries, speakeasies, all that kind of stuff, speakeasies, with the exception of casinos, are actually the second highest in raid probability. In anything involving the speakeasies or casinos tend to get raided more often. So you want to make sure that you're investing as much as you can in reducing raid chance or upping, your number of guards at your speakeasies as well. So keep that in mind when you're going about it this way. It's still very doable. You can very easily make a good empire just based off of breweries and speakeasies. You just got to make sure that you are accounting for the amount of heat you're going to draw on your boss and your rackets if you go, full-blown speakeasies and breweries. And it's the same with a bunch of casinos. Any crime boss that wants to, let's say, divest all of their money into just having casinos, there's going to be some high raid chances, but you can make a decent amount of money, and you can shut down rackets before they get raided instead of having them shut down for a much longer period of time. That will take heat away. There's a lot of strategy that goes into that. So and this is why it's I call it a gangster management simulation game, because it really is. You may not have to micromanage, but you're gonna have to pay attention to what's going on. And when we're talking about 10 neighborhoods, it's gonna be a lot of work, but it's still a very fun game. And so I tend to play this over and over just to see what kind of different scenarios I can get. All right, so let's go to the diplomatic bonus here. So at your service, faction rating when honoring packs plus 100. Honor gain when honoring packs plus 50%. So here's probably the best diplomatic bonus that I've seen so far. The better your faction rating, the better your honor gain, the more other crime families tend to trust you. And if you want to get crime families off your back, you just have good faction ratings with them. So you get into a pact with one of them, even if they have a low rating with you and you honor it, you skyrocket that faction rating. So insanely good that this one is. Like I said, out of all the ones we've done so far, this one right here, probably one of the best. Because if you can get crime families off your back and only have to worry about the police and police raids, oh yeah, that's easy. And then in later game, you can make enough money to buy off the police. And so if you just wanted to focus on racket management and building this multi-million-dollar empire, that's definitely the way to go. All right, boss ability, or fan of knives. I was about to say knife of fans. That's not how that works. Fillet your foes with a barrage of throwing knives. Select multiple targets or a single target multiple times. Once selected, release a flurry of knives at your target. So here's what I see this being. This looks like it's probably going to be a closer target. We'll fiddle with it. We'll see just how far we can throw these knives. But this looks like not a melee variation because you're still throwing the knife, but this looks a lot like Daniel McKee's ability to shoot and just shoot until the person is dead, and then they go to the next one and keep shooting. But he has a 9-shooter. This just says a barrage of throwing knives. So let's see if we can figure out just how many that is. Let's take a look. All right. Here we are on the streets in Angelo Genna. Standard. I'm going to equip him just because. But chances are if we find like 3 thugs, we're probably going to take them down real quick. But let's go find a situation where we can test out this just what seems like an awesome ability. And let's see what we can do with it. All right, we've got a pretty decent situation here. So I found 2 thugs right here, but there's also a 3rd thug right there. And unfortunately, he's covered by this wall. So I'm gonna position myself around here if I can get there before they start combat. I may go around, but it looks like it's gonna be blocked off. But just to draw them a little bit closer, but at a minimum, draw them to where they're all out in the open, and we'll see if we can't start this combat right. All right, so I was able to position myself. This guy is attacking, so let's see what we can get here. He's just, how are you gonna attack me if you just sit there? Well, all right, let's position myself. We're gonna hunker down and get them closer. Oh, that guy isn't in the picture? Really? All right, well. Let me position myself there. And we in turn. Come on. Make yourself visible to me. Here we go. All right. So now we've got a decent setup here. So fan of throwing knives is gonna hit. It's gonna hit both. We only get 6, but let's see how this goes. So fan of knives, fan of knives, fan of knives, fan of knives. There we go. All right. So at a minimum, they bleed. So that's good. So this guy's probably gonna go down. It's his turn. Yep. So applies a bleeding effect. It doesn't look like this guy has one, but he got hit. So it does pay to have good line of sight, and we're going to show that in the next battle. But I just wanted to see how it would work based on range, and we will test that with the next one as well. But let's see how it does in the next combat. All right, so we have established a jump on combat. We are very close, as you can see. Let's see how well Fan of Knives does. So we've got a 65, a 65, and a 65% chance. Not too bad. Select up 6 targets or 1 target multiple times. Each knife applies deep wounds to the target. So if we've got a 65% chance to hit them, these guys have 45 hit points. At most, we'll get 18 damage out of each one. I would suggest 2 for each. And they're all going to go down. Oh, man. So that worked out real well for us. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a better way. Let's see just what our range is on this. There's a set of, where are they? I saw them. 2 thugs. I'm going to position myself around, maybe around here, and see what our range is on that. So I'm gonna do that right now. Let's see just how far we can do this. So they still haven't noticed me. Can I hit them with it? I can't. I can hit this guy. So that's a decent range. So let's see if I position myself there. Yeah, shut up. Can I still hit them? I can still hit them with Fan of Knives. And as you can see, I'm out of, first area range. So I can still hit them, and that's a 65% chance. So it's literally dependent upon visual range. So at this range to hit this guy, I have a 65% chance with Fan of Knives, and I am quite a distance away. So that can be a huge strategy increase for you. If you're invading a boss, let's say you're deciding to attack a boss in his stronghold, and you get a couple of guys that just put themselves out in the open, yeah, this may not do a lot of damage, but they're going to bleed. So they're going to go down pretty quick. You may not even have to worry about them after you hit them with this. So this is a good thing. So we're going to... I need to know just how far this goes. Like, I can see them. Oh, man. And I can hit both. I can even hit this person. Where am I? Holy moly, this is cross map. That is insane. Alright, guys. If this did, like, more damage, I would never not play with Angelo Genna. Like, that is insane. Ooh. Hold on. I wonder if Fan of Knives is affected by your melee weapon. Let's see. Oh, there's no melee weapons? Really? I need to find a melee weapon. There's no melee weapons at all. New stock in 90 days. Great. Do I have any at all? Let's see. No, I don't. This is something I'm gonna have to work on. And I will post in the comments whether or not your damage is affected by melee weapons. I definitely need to find this out, because if it is, you can really stack the deck in your favor with Angelo Genna. And just to show you just how much, I'm gonna start combat here. We are going to Fan of Knives the crap out of that guy. Just down, done. And he has Overwatch. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna move here. We're gonna hunker down. Either way, we're gonna finish this combat. And apparently the alley cat guards are gonna come help me, which, sure. Go ahead, come on, help me. But I wanna check something in his profile real quick. You're attacking the alley cat guard? Good luck. I think we're gonna finish this episode checking to see if he has that same ability that I had talked about in Maria Rodriguez. And if he does, then you've got two very dangerous people that you could put together for that. So you're more concerned about them than you are about me? I don't know if I'm insulting. That's just not right. Alright, so. Yeah. Let's check him out here. So, yep, we've got those. We got the at your service. That's good. Angry. Shoot first. All right. So, he does. He does have the same thing as Maria. And I will show you Maria here in just a second. So,
hey, what's up?
Maria has this thing called shoot first, and so does Angelo, where, yeah, I mean, you give them decent weapons that has the potential for one-shot kills. Any machine gun, depending on the damage, has the potential for one-shot kills. So do rifles. You give those to either of these people, and they can wreak havoc, especially if you drop in. And what I mean by drop in is you see these guys right here. If I were to do a travel to this place, I don't know what this place is. I haven't identified it yet, so I can't do that. But let's see, is it this place right here? Yeah. Oh, for some reason I can't travel to right now. Maybe it's because I'm so close, but let's do it from outside the map. As you can see, they've got, what, 3 guys there? I travel to, and if the game is paused, guess what? They're not moving. They can't identify me. If they're my enemy, I can literally just hit control and go into combat. And doing that means I can hit Fan of Knives on any of these 3 guys, probably all 3. And then if it doesn't kill them, I immediately go into Overwatch. So when they move, I shoot. And I'll show you this right now. Like, it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And so we do this. Bam, 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 bam. And now we go into Overwatch. He moved, so he goes down. If you have Maria on your team as well, she would do the exact same thing. 2 of these guys would be down. This person is bleeding. This person is not. So if I attack this person, she's down. She's not going to die, but she's down to 8 hit points. I mean, this combat is almost over already. Oh, great. There's a police officer mad at me now. But either way, Angelo Genna turning into a new favorite, to be honest, because that ability, and like I said, I will post in comments once I find out. That is insane. If your melee weapon affects Fan of Knives, that is awesome. So we will see. But that's going to do it for this episode. Like and subscribe for more content. And as always, I will see you in the next video.